Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye-ya. Bye-ya. Ore bye-ya. Got me all off key and shit. That's how major it is. In a Menudo style and direct fashion, what I wanted to talk about today, as you can see by that thumbnail, is Mundo and boxer Enriquez. Now think about this. Is this a match made in heaven? It's a match made in the witness protection program. I can guarantee that. But what I will say, without disrespecting these fellas, is that people have been asking this question. They asked me about 100 times yesterday. I said, I don't even know if the vato is going to get out. See, what you need to understand is, first and foremost, before we even get into the YouTube stuff, is that whenever you go to, when you're you got a high notorious case, the notoriety about you is fucking astronomical. Say it with your chest, right? On Paru. When you go to board, when you get stamped to get a date, doesn't necessarily mean they fucking just throw you out the next day. There's other things that go into it. Of course, they're going to alert the witnesses, alert the victims' families, see exactly what's going on with their mind state, if they're forgiving, if they don't want you on the streets. They're going to see if you're high risk. There's a lot that goes into it. And eventually, ¿sabes qué? If they say, okay, órale, palo, then they give you the fucking bote out the door and kick you right in your ass and you go where you go, right? Now, someone like boxer Enriquez, of course, being as notorious a figure as he is and how much of a wanted man he is, he's definitely going to get put into the federal witness protection program, to which he'll end up somewhere fucking in Vermont shaving ice, right? That's just how it is. That's just Spensa la tira. That's where he'll end up, or somewhere else, you know, under an assumed name, different identities. That's they're getting plastic surgery. He'll look like this. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. Now, a lot of people have asked, do you think he'll get into the YouTube game like Michael Thompson did, like Mundo did, like you did, Gun? Sasuke, first of all, don't even put me in this category. We're two different type of motherfuckers right here. Spensa la tira. You know what I mean? I might not be in good standings, but I stand good. That's different, right? But what I will say is, perhaps, I don't see why not, okay? But, again, I'm gonna say it with my chest, right? There's a lot of reasons why he shan't or he shouldn't, okay? Why he shouldn't is a guy like that, that's so sought after and people fucking are tripping on him, he needs to go into the land of obscurity. That's what it's called. Just disappear in the fucking Ozark Mountains somewhere, go to fucking Ox and call himself fucking, what's that right there name? Paul Bunyan. That's what he needs to do. Because at the same time, if he decides that he wants to get onto a social media platform and make a little bag, make a little feria, I mean, his name's already out there, so of course it'll go. That's a fact, it'll go. We all know that. But what can he really tell us we possibly don't already know? Now, he's a very well-educated individual that has a lot going on. I don't think his focus is even on YouTube. But then again, I'm a baboso, so I don't know everything, right? I'm just a broke Mexican. Don't be mad at me. I don't know what this man's thinking is. I know what he's thinking right now. He's like, I can't wait to get the fucking better. Right? And he will be getting out pretty soon. I guess the governor has stamped the order. So that means he's going to get kicked on out the door eventually. Is he sitting right now in a jail cell? Absolutely. Did he fucking get out this morning? Perhaps. I don't know. I can't call it like an alcoholic. I'm not the cucaracha on his desk, but what I am is a fucking Mexicano that's done a lot of time. And I will tell you straight up, first and foremost, it doesn't work like you think it works. He will be getting out unless something crazy happens and fucking some executive order comes down and they say, fuck that puto. Then it's FTP on him and he will sit where he's at, right? But for the most part, he is getting out. And what he's going to do with his life after this, well, one never knows, does one. We'll find out in a Menudo style. Well, he ain't doing that shit in a Menudo style. That vato's doing it in a Bondiga style, right? But he's doing it. Okay, what I think is going to happen is they're going to place him in a federal witness protection program, like I said, and he's just going to live out his life. If he jumps on the social media platforms, he's making himself susceptible to being discovered, to being found out, to saying too much, to getting knocked, right? And that's what happens. You know, you have to be smooth with a purpose when you're in the YouTube game. There's a lot of he said, she said, and a lot of people that don't like you just because they don't like you. There's no rhyme or reason. You know, some people are like, man, I'll fuck with you so scared. I'll fucking lay my life down for you, right? And there's some people, I'll lay your life down for you, right? They're just not playing, allegedly, right? That's just how it is. Everybody wants to say it with their chest and make that bag. But at the same time, everyone's not about that grind, right? But Boxer's a very highly intelligent individual. And I truly believe that if he puts his mind to it and he decides to go the YouTube route, then he will prosper. He will be fruitful in the game. But also with YouTube comes a lot of slander, a lot of defecation on characters, and I'm sure he'll feel the wrath. Un culebra for reals. The snakes are out here. But the water's just fine. It's jump in. ¿Sabes qué? You know what I mean? Would we ever do a collabo? Fuck no. And that's just because I don't want that stigma of what comes with that guy, right? He's too notorious for me. Too legit to quit. Hey, orale, sorry, Hammer don't hurt him. I don't want, or maybe hurt him, but not me. I don't want no problem with this vato, right? It's best if I just keep it at a distance. I respect him. Wazowski, I just wouldn't do no with him. There's a lot of vatos say, who said he would do anything with you? Well, fuck you and him. I don't got the R on my jacket. Now, let's talk about Mundo. Mundo was the highest ranking member of an organization ever to defect. That's a fact. Sasuke, they got a fucking character about him in American Me. So you know what that is, right? Sasuke, hey, you might like it, baby. Hey, straight up. Hey, yo me tu pacas. Give me a cantina. Orden Mundo, right? A very notorious individual with a history, man, like no other, who definitely was under suspicion of 20 murders and all kinds of different things he had going on. Of course, he gave himself over to the Lord, decided that if for no other reason he should defect and flip on his criminal organization. And that's water under the bridge. He's done what he's done. Of course, he's a marked and targeted man who did go into the federal witness protection program and get his identity changed, but has chosen as a mission in his life to come onto YouTube, to basically enlighten people and open up the eyes of certain individuals into the inner workings of the organization. Now, I don't condone that per se. It makes good content. I sit back, I listen just like anyone else, and I'll say, man, this motherfucker is well-versed. How can you not be? You actually live that there, right? And I take a lot of what he says to heart, and I just kick back and listen. It's like hearing from one of your old tios, man. They're telling you a war story. You respect the gangster homes because you don't know how gangster they were. But in fucking Mundo's case, that's we know how he was, right? He was gangster, right? So you sit back and you just listen. And I mean, if it benefits you and if you can fucking get your daily bread out of it, ¿sabes qué? Órale. You know what I mean? Hell is hot in this motherfucker. Do what you do, like DMX. Rest in peace. But do what he does. Now, of course, he chose to go the YouTube route. And he's gotten some ridicule, and he's got a lot of sincere people that fuck with him daily. So I think Boxer would get the same thing. Initially, people are going to call him all types of rats and all types of fuck boys, right? But at the end of the day, man, no one could deny the tenaciousness that he once possessed, right? You don't just forget it overnight. You just don't stop being a killer. If you killed once, you can do it again, allegedly, right? But you can never take them notches off his belt. So that's good. You could try. You know what I mean? You're going to fuck around and have you holding on to the loot on some GBG shit. Spencer, he was on them type of yards. It's weird, right? Anyway, so that's just how it is. Now, would there ever be a collaboration between the two? Is it a match made in heaven? Had the superpowers and the mega powers exploded? Would they come together, Mundo and Boxer? Now, I know a lot of people posed that question to me yesterday. I was asked, hey, do you think Boxer and Mundo will start a fucking channel together? And they assume that basically just because of their past organization being ex-carnales or camaradas, that you would think they would come together to formulate some type of podcast that would be the super fucking rap podcast. But let me tell you something. I don't think so. Just in my point of view, my perspective on the situation, I don't think so. Reason being, so there's always reasons with the guy. Simon, the wind's blowing. The reason is, sit down. Sit down before we say anything else. Knowledge, you can't get in college. This is why, right? Do they trust each other? You got to understand, when a lot of people are in that cutthroat game, when a lot of people live at the highest level, they become aware of their surroundings and they don't trust nada. Nobody. If their old lady's giving them a mamon and she uses teeth, bitch, are you trying to kill me? Right? You know what I mean? They just don't trust it. So I like garbage too, gumbo, so let's get that wangala, right? Bam, they're not trusting nada because I seen the cheddar milk coming out. It was at that point I knew, fuck that. Plus, what Mexican eats that shit with lettuce, right? You feel me? They're just not getting down like that. They don't trust nobody. So two high-ranking members of a certain organization to fucking, even though they're defected and they gave themselves to the Lord or they gave themselves to some piruja in the corner or some peyoya around the block, none of that matters. What does matter is they're very untrusting individuals. It's bred into you to have awareness. When I walk the yardas, even at the level that I function at as a norteño, I used to be aware of everything that was going on in the yarda. Also, see that white boy over there? The one that's jacking out the chirujo. No, don't sprinkle him in. He's going to get whacked. See that white boy over there fucking doing dip? Sprinkle them in. That's a righteous wood. Or skinhead. I can't call it like an alcohol. You see them Southsiders over there? The ones over there with cajas of sopa? Yeah, they gamble. Orale, you see that norteño over there? They're going to DP him. So I seen him. His mattress was unrolled. This is just, you had to have your awareness of when it came to the Africanos. You already know what they're doing. They're playing basketball. That's it. You know what I mean? So it's good. Why are you stereotyping them? I'm not. That's what they are, right? That's just how it was. You had to keep your awareness up on everything because you never know, man, what some type of metal was going to get put inside you. Okay, or get put inside of one of your homeboys. And it was at that point in time you already knew the funk was on, man. It was about to get funky and real spunky real quick. So these type of individuals being at the highest level, a cutthroat game where the next man you had to worry about, where your own camarada, your own carnal, were the ones that will cut your shit, right? They're very untrusting of each other. Do you understand? There's a lot of inner politics and a lot of inner turmoil that comes with gang banging at the highest elite level in an organization. Not even get gang banging, but being a mobster, a mob figure, right? Do you think these vatos just got there for being the most nicest, Mr. It's a wonderful day in my neighborhood, the beautiful day in my neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? Charlie, Holmes, they'll hit you quick. Cutthroat game, man. Everybody wanted a piece of that pie, Holmes, but everyone wanted the biggest pinche pedazo and the biggest piece to go with it, right? That's just how it is. Okay, so these two high caliber individuals are very untrusting. So do I think that a mutual friendship or something beneficial to them could work out? I think a friendship possibly could work out if they even know of each other or are even on speaking terms. Eventually, over time, they might gradually come together because out of not fear, out of a common understanding that says, okay, we ain't shit, right? I think they'll come together, but they are shit, right? Strike that, reverse it. Anyways, they are cool, right? But at the same time, very untrusting individuals. That's just part of the game. So do I think they could sit down and actually collab on a YouTube channel? I don't think necessarily they would start a YouTube channel together. Mundo's already got his thing going. We don't even know. In 2 years, he might be out there con un pinche waders trout fishing. Ese. You know what I mean? He already did the trouser trout, so it might be just trout fishing. We don't know exactly to what degree this vato's going to be living. He might say, fuck everybody and everything. So I say, we are the world. We are the children. The vato might go on a mission to fucking Ugandi, whatever they call it, and go out there and feed the children arroz. We just don't know what type of lifestyle he's going to live. Or he could be a degenerate-ass gambler in Vegas con un pinche mustache talking about, fuck it, eh? Robert De Niro did it, right? You know what I mean? You just don't know. No one knows where life takes you. I don't even know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. So other than getting a mamon from the Heine down the street, I don't know. That's locked in. That's a fact. The only thing I know is I'm going to wake up, breathe, get a mamon, and then anything after that is what it is, right? That's Arby's. That's mandatory. That's before cereal. You know what I mean? I'll make her pour me the cereal and the milk. Bang, bang. And the winner is, right? So what I'm saying is, this is just where we stand in this shit. You know, is it very concerning if they're going to start a YouTube channel together or not? Not really. It's just a question that was posed to me, so I thought if for no other reason I should give you my perspective and answer it. Now, do I think that they could ever, we already know Mundo's doing his thing, that Boxer could ever possibly do his thing or be asked to come to a podcast? Absolutely. People are going to be on him like motherfucking shit on a Tic Tac, a Tic Tac in a whale's mouth and a fucking shit, flies on shit. They're going to be on him. I myself might even, did you really do that shit with that kid or that girl or whatever? Because if you did it, you're invited. That's it. You know what I mean? But I told on everyone. I'm motherfucking fuck you, right? So I don't give a fuck about none of that. That has nothing to do with me. So that's good. Do you want to come on my podcast and shit and just say what's up, right? You never know. Okay. But they might be cordial with each other, Mundo and Boxer, just coming from that same element of criminality and knowing exactly what time it is at that level and functioning at an elite level. But do I think that it's beneficial for them to come together and formulate some fucking channel and bicker and see eye to eye for a minute and then maybe agree to disagree and things of that nature? Chale, I think the best thing for them to do is live their life. Mundo is doing what he does, what he feels is necessary to put the information he puts out there. And I believe Boxer did a whole lot more already. He done told on everybody, right? And so what his best bet is to do is, like I said, is to go trouser trout fishing and just do his thing. Go live in Vermont con un white girl, a blonde. They'll give you one. So I'll get plus $500 a month. Do that. Orale. And the winner is, you're good. Essie, you're good. You know what I mean? But what about my old lady? What about your new old lady? You know what I mean? They're going to give you everything. Ponle. Go out there and get it. The best thing for these men to do, man, that have given up their life, their criminal lifestyle, and have changed their life, is to continue that change gradually. Progression, humps. Progression is the essential to being a king, right? You have to go out there and progress. Every day you need to go up, up, up. You need to level up, not level down. You know what I mean? When you're fucking paranoid and you're living in paranoia and everyone's out to get me, I don't know what to do. Then you stay at 8K, bitch, right? When you're out there fucking on some real gangster shit, man, on some, you know what, fuck it, homes. I'm for the people, by the people, raza way, bam. Bing, da, bam. See the photos in the town, you know we're gonna put it down. You continue to climb that ladder, Jacob, and that's just what it is. Bilal, switch, right? You got to switch up on these motherfuckers, homes, and keep leveling up. That's the game. Okay, so I don't think Boxer and Mundo are gonna come together on some super podcast of fucking rata, right? It's not, I don't think it's gonna happen. Now, at the same time, one never knows, does one, man. I'll be stupid if tomorrow all of a sudden, hey, guess what? The inoculation of the emancipation of the proclamation, and then all of a sudden I hear Mundo go, and then guess what Joe Morgan did? Right? I'd be like, no, Charlie, I don't want to hear that or that. You know what I mean? That's what do you call it? That's innocuous carnival talk, right? And I just don't get down like that. You know, there's some things that I'll listen to and some things I say, fuck you, so that ain't for me, right? My name is Bennett. I'm definitely not up in it. And, but your name's not Bennett. It is today, puto, right? What's up? I say I'm gone. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that answers the question that are people posing to me. You know, hey, Gun, fucking, hey, what do you think, bro? Do you think he's out there already living, shooting up heroin and shit? Charlie, I mean, fuck, what does it matter? Let that man live. Says, ¿qué? You know what I mean? If he wants to get a bolsita black, let him. And the winner is, right? The man has done what he's done, and he has to live in the mirror, okay? He has to look at himself every day. He has to live with the repercussions for his actions. He can no longer go back to his body, go back to his old life. And that hurts, homes. It hurts not being welcomed back to the hood, okay? You can do anything you want to do as a grown man. Motherfucker, I can get in my carro right now and jam to the hood, right? So it ain't gonna be pretty, allegedly. But you can, as a grown man, you can do whatever you want. I got keys. But you're riding dirty, but I got keys, right? And that's all that matters. But at the same time, man, that embracement, that canalismo, that love that people once had for you, that made you feel like a fucking king walking the block, is no longer there. But time changes everything. You know, is that what really matters to you, being that one, or going to take your kid to go see the Minions? I don't know. I know what means more to me, right? So in life, man, you have to make that decision. Now, am I going to spread poison and propaganda and tell you, hey, Sasuke, fucking, that's not a good feeling? Charlie Holmes, it was a great feeling. I experienced it over and over again, just like my moms. I experienced those over and over and over again. So I can't wait for this video to end. She's coming over, right? And that's just what it is. Anyways, with that being said, gente, you know, I hope that answered your question. Do I think they're going to make some super podcasts that they're in talks of doing this? No, absolutely not, man. I think they're going to live their own lives. Do I think maybe they can come together for power one day, do a Chicana U-turn? That U-turn will never amount to shit because they've already done what they've done. But at the same time, it would make for some good content. And hey, my ears would be open. I like to hear stories I've never heard before. The old shit becomes redundant. I'm just saying though. Do you agree? Menudo. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about going out there struggling and striving for your familia and doing the most that you can for your own gente and your own people. So ask it for yourself. I say, say it with your chest. On power. You need to do it for yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. If you guys haven't tapped into the Ay Caramba 2 by Misfit Soto, make sure you guys tap into it, man. I bumped that shit last night. He killed Tiger. Already Tiger. Uppercut. Done did that, man. He done did that. You know what? Hey, the propensity to push for the raza is there, man. Orale, Misfit Soto, man. I know you don't know me and I don't know you like that, Humza. We might not see eye to eye, but at the same time, bro, brown pride, brother. You know what it is for the raza. This is for la raza. And that's a fact. Anyways, with that being said, man, I hope that you guys have a beautiful day. I'm going to do what I does, man. If you like this, please hit that like and subscribe with the thumbs up. If not, you can hit that thumbs down. If you don't like me, heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, which is the unity of all brown people, all raza, north, south, perros. Oh my. You know what it is, man. This is the gun. I gave her silk suits, Gucci handbags, and blue diamonds. Then when I was done, I said, Bilal, switch. Bang, bang.